Today, let us delve into the timeless passage found in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verses 46 through 52. In these verses, we encounter the remarkable story of Bartimaeus, a blind beggar by whose encounter we witness not only the undeniable power of Jesus, but also his unwavering compassion for the afflicted. So let's picture this scene. Jericho, a bustling city filled with noise and commotion. Amidst the crowd sits Bartimaeus, a blind man, his world enveloped in darkness. Yet, in the midst of his despair, Bartimaeus hears a name whispered among the passing crowd: Jesus of Nazareth. Bartimaeus, though physically blind, possessed a spiritual sight that recognized Jesus as the promised Messiah, the Son of David. In a courageous act of faith, he cried out to Jesus, calling him the Son of David and pleading for mercy. In Bartimaeus' humble faith, we find a sad reminder of our own tendencies to hesitate in bringing our burdens to God. Too often, we allow a lack of faith, a forgetfulness of God's promises, to hinder us from approaching Him boldly. Yet, Bartimaeus teaches us that Jesus welcomes the lowly and forgotten, inviting them to come in faith. Despite the pressing demands of his ministry and the journey of the crowds before him, Jesus hears Bartimaeus' cry for help. In his infinite compassion, Jesus stops and calls for Bartimaeus to come to him. This reveals the heart of our Savior, who is attentive to the cries of the broken. Just as Jesus stopped for Bartimaeus, He stops for each and every one of us, ready to extend His grace and mercy. Bartimaeus responds to Jesus' call with unwavering faith. He casts aside his cloak, symbolizing his willingness to leave behind his old life of darkness and embrace the new life offered by Jesus. When Jesus called out to him, Bartimaeus wasted no time in responding. Casting aside all hindrances, he approached Jesus with humility and confidence. Bartimaeus, true disciple, one who surrenders to Jesus with unwavering faith. Through his faith, Bartimaeus receives physical healing, but most importantly, he receives spiritual sight. His encounter with Jesus transforms him from a beggar by the roadside to a disciple following the Son of God. The story of Bartimaeus serves as a powerful reminder of the limitless power of faith and the unwavering compassion of our Savior. Like Bartimaeus, may we boldly declare our faith in Jesus Christ, trusting that He hears our cries and is ready to meet us in our deepest needs. May we, like Bartimaeus, experience the transformative power of Jesus in our lives, moving from darkness to light, from blindness to sight, and from despair to discipleship. During this season of Lent, we are called to examine ourselves. Are we able to recognize Jesus in the midst of our daily lives, or are we blinded by the distractions and cares of this world? Let us follow Bartimaeus' example of faith and obedience. Let us cast aside anything that hinders us from approaching Jesus wholeheartedly. Like Bartimaeus, may we throw off the cloak of our old ways and come to Jesus with open hearts, ready to receive His healing and transformation.